Manatee. The manatee is a large slow-moving marine mammal that is often referred to as a sea cow. They are herbivorous animals that primarily eat aquatic plants and can be found in shallow warm coastal waters and rivers in the Caribbean Sea, Gulf of Mexico, and Western Atlantic Ocean. There are 3 species of manatees: the West Indian manatee, the Amazonian manatee, and the African manatee. The West Indian manatee is the most well-known and can be found in the coastal waters of Florida, Mexico, and the Caribbean. Manatees have a large, rounded body with a paddle-like tail and 2 flippers that are used for swimming and steering. They are gray or brown in color and have wrinkled skin with bristly hairs. Manatees are slow-moving and typically travel at speeds of around 5 miles per hour, although they can swim up to 20 miles per hour for short distances. Manatees are endangered species, primarily due to habitat loss, boat strikes, and entanglement in fishing gear. Conservation efforts are underway to protect and conserve manatee populations, including the establishment of protected areas and the implementation of boat speed restrictions in manatee habitats. Here are some interesting facts about the life of manatees. Number 1. Manatees are herbivores and spend up to 8 hours a day grazing on seagrass, freshwater plants, and algae. Number 2. Manatees have a slow metabolic rate, which means they don't need to eat as much as other animals of similar size. Number 3. Manatees are social animals and are often found in groups of up to 10 individuals, although larger groups have been observed. Number 4. Manatees are slow-moving and gentle animals and have been known to approach boats and interact with humans. Number 5. Manatees are excellent swimmers and can hold their breath for up to 20 minutes. Number 6. Manatees can live for up to 60 years in the wild, although the average lifespan is around 30 years. Number 7. Female manatees typically give birth to one calf every 2 to 5 years. The calf stays with the mother for up to 2 years before becoming independent. Number 8. Manatees are migratory animals and will move to warmer waters during the winter months. Number 9. The closest living relative to the manatee is the elephant. Number 10. Manatees have a slow reproduction rate, which makes them vulnerable to population declines. The West Indian manatee is listed as endangered by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN, due to habitat loss, boat strikes, and other threats. Manatees face several biological challenges that make them vulnerable to population declines. Here are some examples. Number 1. Low reproductive rate. Manatees have a low reproductive rate, with females giving birth to one calf every 2 to 5 years. This slow reproduction rate makes it difficult for populations to recover quickly from declines. Number 2. Vulnerability to cold water. Manatees are sensitive to cold water temperatures and can suffer from hypothermia when exposed to water temperatures below 68 F, 20 C. This makes them vulnerable to habitat loss and changes in water temperature due to climate change. Number 3. Dependence on specific habitat. Manatees rely on specific habitats, such as seagrass beds and freshwater springs, for food and shelter. Habitat loss due to development, pollution, and other human activities can limit the availability of suitable habitat for manatees. Number 4. Susceptibility to boat strikes. Manatees are slow-moving and often swim close to the surface of the water, making them vulnerable to collisions with boats and other watercraft. Boat strikes are a leading cause of manatee mortality. Number 5. Vulnerability to entanglement. Manatees are also vulnerable to entanglement in fishing gear, such as nets and lines, which can result in injury or death. Number 6. Pollution and contaminants. Manatees can be exposed to pollutants and contaminants, such as pesticides, heavy metals, and plastics, which can have negative impacts on their health and reproductive success.